Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I'm going to start with this. Wall Street expert says Wisdom is buying XRP now before the big money gets in. And I think they're right. I think the big money is coming into XRP. The institutions already know what XRP is going to be used for. And they're definitely going to want to make money off of that. You know, if we know what XRP is going to do in the coming months, you think the institutions are going to be left behind? I don't think so. But time is definitely running out on XRP. You know, everybody always thinks, well, I don't want to tie up my money now. Then all of a sudden, later, they're buying halfway up green candles. That's what's coming next. This comes from Smoke. XRP ETF is next because Ripple is rapidly becoming a leader in payment systems as hundreds of financial institutions are choosing Ripple for a better international payments experience. An interest in crypto ETF has been booming. Now, normally I would say we need to see an XRP ETF just to see some price movement on XRP. But there's ETPs already set up overseas for XRP. It's not changing the price of XRP at all. I'm expecting XRP to run on its own utility. I honestly don't think we need an ETF. If we get it, whatever. If it pushes the price of XRP, then great. That's the way I look at it. But it doesn't hype me up. Not the way cross-border payments or tokenization or those massive liquidity pools would be hyping me up. This also comes from Smoke. Harvard outlined the roadmap for implementation of a digital dollar in the United States and highlighted XRP and XLM as popular choices for international businesses. Even cites a Visa patent that incorporates XRP and XLM and singles out 2024 as the year of blockchain integration. I don't think Harvard's wrong. And if they're teaching this in a classroom, then you know XRP and XLM is the future. I've said it many times because a Harvard education isn't cheap. And they're not only teaching this at Harvard, they're teaching this at other colleges all around the world as well, because XRP and XLM is the future. ISO 222 is concerted effort to thrust the XRP to the forefront of international finance. ISO will allow XRP to operate alongside every major currency in their CBDC form, as it will perform as a bridge for their cross-border transactions. That's what's coming. And we know XRP can move anything of value. It's going to be tokenized assets. It's going to be carbon credits. It's also going to be money. And it could even fix the current financial system, but they just don't want to fix it. They're rushing to the bottom of the current system. That's why they could care less what happens next. They're already ready to put a new system in place all around the world, because it's not just the United States that's falling apart. It's Canada, it's the EU, it's the UK. Everybody in the world right now is fighting off inflation, and their cities are being overran by crime as well. That's because they know that a new system is coming, and they're causing all kinds of chaos to keep people distracted from the greatest possibility of them changing their lives. I'm talking about becoming very wealthy off of what's coming. Instead, they want to keep everyone distracted, and this is what's building out in the background. You got to pay attention to what's coming next. Finastra selected by LGT to implement instant payment services. This comes from Mr. Man. So Finastra, a provider of financial software applications and marketplaces, announced its selection by LGT to implement instant payment services in Austria and Liechtenstein. I hope I said that right. Another payment rail set up. And Finastra is also working with Ripple. This most likely is tied to RippleNet and XRP as well. But these are those rails. If they're not directly Ripple rails, they're always partners of Ripple or someone that is utilizing Ripple's technology or XRP. This is all coming together in front of you right now. And it's not just here in the US. This is global at this point. XRP is going to run on rails all around the globe. Google Pay expands BNPL and says goodbye to the CVV with biometrics. This is also coming. Biometrics is starting to pick up traction, and it's changing the way payments are going to be made going forward. Digital ID is also going to be tied in here as well, because the digital age is happening around us in real time. People with their eyes open are going to get very rich off of this. People that are asleep just going about their day, going to work, coming home, having a few beers, watching the mainstream media news, or watching some movie or TV show is going to get left behind. They're going to end up on the UBI system tied to a CBDC. People that see what's coming and they capitalize on it can possibly break away from a CBDC. That's the way I look at it, and that's why I will always be holding XRP. The incoming commercial real estate crisis no one seems to be prepared for. This real estate crisis is going to happen, and once one domino falls, it's going to take out everything. It's all going to come crashing down. It's going to start in commercial real estate. Then it's going to domino into residential real estate. They're going to fix that through tokenization. But this is also going to take some banks with it. And then we're going to see banks also collapse out this year. And they're going to get consolidated into the bigger banks. They even go on in this article to talk about FDIC. The FDIC cannot protect your money if a handful of banks were to fall all at the same time. Bail-ins would begin. Again, another reason why I don't keep money in the bank and I keep it in crypto instead. Because I seen this coming over the course of the last 2 years. And they're always warning you of it. You ever take notice to that? They're telling you de-dollarization is happening. They're telling you that the US dollar is going to no longer be the world's reserve currency at some point. You know, if the United States was to launch a CBDC right now, that would end the US dollar as a world's reserve currency. It would end it right there. And people still don't realize that either. But, you know, when they're warning you of what's coming, you need to pay attention. And, you know, it's not doom and gloom. It's facts. These are facts. These are big financial institutions telling you that there's problems. And those problems are going to happen. The only difference between these two types of money is your belief that one actually has value. And that's what it comes down to for the US dollar. You know, you go to work, you pay your mortgage with money that's virtually useless. It's not backed up by anything at this point. And people always say, well, it has the backing of the US military. But, you know, people are tired of war. People are done with it. They want a level playing field also. They don't want to be dominated by a world's reserve currency anymore. And that's why the dollar will come to an end as the new financial system rises. The new financial system offers a level playing field. Every person in the world will have the ability to have a bank account, be able to transact inside the new financial system. It's the same reason you see Ripple and Stellar banking the unbanked. You see Hedera now going after that as well. XDC. because that's part of the new financial system. It's happening in real time right in front of you. Then there's this, and I'm just going to play a part of this clip, and I'm going to tell you what I think. This is Charles Hoskinson, Cardano CEO. Take a listen.
Bitcoin needs the industry to survive, and sure as hell needs the exchanges and all the other infrastructure because it's not self-sufficient in that dimension. But the industry doesn't need Bitcoin anymore to survive. It's nice to have a digital asset like Bitcoin that has that reputation and it's digital gold, but remember, at the end of the day, it's a token with a deflationary monetary policy. And so at any given moment, another digital gold can form, and if it has good science behind it, it'll be just as secure, if not more so. You know, that's why we spent, in a science-based approach with Cardano, 7 years designing a proof-of-stake protocol.
Now, I am not a fan of ADA. I like the cryptocurrency, but I can't buy it because of Charles. He's too wishy-washy and he's like shady. But he is right about Bitcoin. Think about it. Everything has a shelf life if it doesn't solve a problem. If it doesn't have a use case, it's eventually not going to be relevant any longer. And retail investors don't like to hear that about Bitcoin. You know, even the Bitcoin maxis will argue with you all day long how Bitcoin has all this value. We have the whole entire world pushing towards gold-backed currency now. XRP is going to move that gold-backed currency from one central bank to another central bank. It's going to be in the middle, like a bridge currency, what it's built to do. Bitcoin, in my opinion, and I've said this in multiple videos, the IMF, the World Economic Forum, the BIS, countless central bankers have told us that Bitcoin is not going to be part of the new financial system. It's going to lose relevance over time. You know, nobody wants a flip phone anymore. You don't go out and say, hey, I think I'm going to get a flip phone. No, people go out and they get the latest iPhone or they get the latest Galaxy phone or other phones, whatever the latest and greatest is. They don't look for another flip phone, is what I'm saying. And that's exactly what Bitcoin is at this point. The only reason it's sitting at the price it's at right now is because people still see value in it, the same way they still see value in the US dollar. But once people lose that belief, all of a sudden, everything comes falling apart. And the same thing is going to happen with Bitcoin. All it's going to take is XRP to start hitting 3 digits and beyond. Once that happens, everybody's belief will then be that XRP is the next Bitcoin. That XRP is the real Bitcoin, because Bitcoin was just a beta test coin for the real it was like a prototype. XRP is the real deal. And that's why we know as XRP holders that no price is off the table when it comes to XRP based on its use case. The same could be said about XLM. Honestly, in my opinion, when I was buying QNT, I was buying QNT looking at it as buying Bitcoin at $100, but I was buying it at $50 actually, because QNT has the potential to hit 6 digits as well. It's going to be the glue holding the entire new financial system together. What I'm saying is this: people don't see how Bitcoin will lose relevance or how it's going to drop in value, because they have the belief that it's going to hit $1 million one day. But once utility takes over and these altcoins that we're holding right now start hitting high numbers, the belief in Bitcoin will disappear, and the belief in these cryptocurrencies will now take center stage, is what I'm saying. Future jobs will be optional. Elon Musk says this. Take a listen.
I do think that long term, in a benign scenario, any job that somebody does will be optional. Like if you want to do a job as kind of like a hobby, you can do a job. But otherwise, the AI and the robots will provide any goods and services that you want.
So he's saying that you're not going to have to work, but if you choose to, you could go get a job. And a lot of people would hail this. But think about it. Do you really want AI and robots taking over the planet? Because that's the future that they have in store for us right now. We know AI is expanding all the time. We know AI is definitely going to take jobs. But I think people will still find things to do. People will still want to stay busy. And you know, people will always want more. No matter how much you give them, it will never, ever be enough. People, when they work towards something, they always appreciate it more as well. I just said this in a video the other day. But it seems like Elon Musk is saying pretty much that you can now expect your job to be gone. You will be on universal basic or high income, whatever, and that we are going to be all living a life where AI provides us everything we need. How many years do you think we are away from that, though? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm curious on that. My opinion is, I think we're probably at least 2 to 3 years away. But then again, technology is moving very fast, so it could possibly happen sooner. But I'm always open to your thoughts. I want to know what your thoughts are on that. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.